everybody, thanks for stopping by today. I'm going to share another fun, easy card with you, another fall card actually. I used my Sheltering Tree stamp set, and this isn't a unique idea to me, but I'm going to show you how quick and easy it is to make. We're going to spotlight just part of our image, and that's why I'm calling it spotlighting. So let's go ahead and get started. So here's a closer look at the card again. And when you make this, you're going to actually really important that you use your Stamp and Pierce mat. You're going to lay your white cardstock down, which is 4 by 5 1/4. And then I'm going to set another piece of white cardstock that makes that strip across the center, just a little bit up from center. Hopefully you can see that. You'll be able to see it at least when I stamp it. In that, I'm not going to glue it down or anything. You can if you want to, but it really isn't necessary. And I'm going to stamp my trunk. And when you are stamping or inking your very large stamps, I like to leave them upside down with the image facing me and then hold the ink pad because it's a little bit smaller and easier to control than the actual stamp. And so I want part of my image to be on that smaller white strip, and I want part of it to be on the bigger piece of white behind it. And so I'm just going to make sure that I am pressing good and hard over the image. It's going to actually lift up, and you can see I've left the blank spot. And this is what I get. And you can see that I've got that nice spot. You'll see these little spaces that are missing, but that's okay. That's supposed to be that way because I have different levels of paper, but that will get covered up when I mount it. Now the next step is to actually do the stamping of my tree canopy. And so that I don't stamp on my Stamp and Pierce mat, I do like to cover it up with a scrap of paper, because if you get ink on your Stamp and Pierce mat, it will stay wet longer than it will if it's on paper. Again, I'm going to ink that large stamp from the top, and I'm stamping with crushed curry, and I'm going to look right through the stamp over the top, and I'm stamping that pretty much where I think it would be on if I was stamping it on the full tree. I'm going to put a lot of pressure all the way around, and now you can see that I've got some lovely yellow or crushed curry on there. I'm going to take the small stamp of leaves, and I'm going to just make them look like they are blowing off of the tree. Now I'm going to clean that up. I'm done with the crushed curry, and I'm going to add a little bit more color with the Tangerine Tango. And I'm going to add some of those leaves right up into the tree. Some of the trees get so nice and colorful. We want to make sure that this looks like a real tree as much as possible. And we'll add some of those orange ones blowing off as well. You can do as much or as little of that as you want. And this is where the fun happens. I'm just going to use my snail adhesive. Get rid of my Stamp and Pierce mat at the moment, and I'm going to mount that right onto. So my white strip was 1.5 by 4.5, and then my layer that's on behind it is 1 5/8 by 4 5/8, and you can see now how I can take that and spotlight that right over the tree trunk that is there. I'll use some dimensionals to put that on. Give the dimensionals a little press in the center with a fingernail. The edge will pop up. It's much easier to get a hold of them. And this is where you will do your matching and straightening. I'm going to use my Stamp and Pierce mat again to use the sentiment out of that Sheltering Tree stamp set. And if I start with my paper straight, I find that I am much more likely to stamp straight. And I like to use Thinking of You. It's probably one of my favorite sentiments to use. And then this just gets layered onto a layer of Tangerine Tango, just a pop of color, and I made that 1/8 of an inch larger, both width and length. So it is, the white was 4 by 5 1/4, so the Tangerine Tango is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. And then mount that onto my chocolate chip cardstock. And there's the card. I wanted to make sure and show you what I did to the inside. I did stamp, I used the little rake and added some little leaves inside, and that way I can write my own message to someone as I share that beautiful card. So hopefully you'll give this spotlighting technique a try. It was very quick and easy, and have a great day.